So you have to go with the attributes God gave you. In other words, if you want to be a jockey and you're 240, you can't be a jockey. If you want to be a basketball player and you're 5'1", you probably will not play basketball. This is my own question about this. A lot of the stuff here is self-exploration. You've got to explore it. And once you explore it, you can find out you will remember all this stuff. You will not. Okay, so if we look over here, a possibility. See, this is sector 1 again, sector 2, sector 3, sector 4. Now on a crash, see, this is hard to get into sector 4 because of this thing coming in like this. So usually where that comes in is if I come here and I flip. See, now that's the one you want. Okay, so I'm going to teach you in a segment. So if you go 1, okay, and I puño and I flip. Okay, now you see that sector 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 1 that pulls out this way, at backhand. See, 1. Then you flip up to here, see? You pull out downward this way. It's downward, okay? And then the other one that seems the most natural to most people is that if you hit here and you push it out the backhand this way. Those are the 3, okay? So you hit number 1, you catch, you puño, you flip. Okay, that's your sector, okay? Now, if you have real good thumb strength and hand strength, which I don't, you can use this one. And they pull it up and they put it like that. But you have to have hand strength. I stay away from that because I don't have the hand strength. But my bigger students, usually well over 200 pounds, they can usually do this because they usually have good hand strength. So you have to go with the attributes God gave you. If you didn't have the hand strength, then you're tough out of luck. In other words, if you want to be a jockey and you're 240, you can't be a jockey. If you want to be a basketball player and you're 5'1", you probably will not play basketball unless you're just really the exception. So you have to go with it like this. But for teaching, I said this before, like if this was a book, can I borrow that book for a minute? Okay, for instance, if this was a curriculum of college, let's just make this up. Let's say it's 200 pages. To be a good fighter, you only need 1 page. To be a teacher, you need all the pages. Because you have to give him something possibly that you hate to do or cannot do, right? So you have to, because it's very individual. For fighting, it's individual. You know, if you learn 1 good takedown, 3 good finishes, you pretty much can do a good job if you were given a God-given talent. If you're not given a God-given talent, you probably won't make it. Okay, so we're going back over to here. And what I'm trying to do, I don't want to sell anybody, because people say, well, this style is this style. It's really individuals, but a person who knows how to use the system that it has been given to them. So if you strike here, so you're trying to puño and you flip. Okay, now, you see this is sector 3. Most people go for this one on sector 2. But on sector 3, if you have a good one, you just bend it like that and push it. If you don't have it, you do the strip this way. If you don't have it, I don't like this one as much because I don't get the power on it. But I teach it because it was taught to me. And then the last one over here is just pushing it out here like that. Okay. There is some people, when they come back to here and they flip, see, and they bring it down to here, see, they'll take it and pull the strip. So you have the 5. I prefer that one over the one I showed you over here. So if you have good thing, I've seen people so strong they just squeeze the hand and you drop the stick. So I don't have that kind of power. But if you have that kind of power, by all means use it. People said the size don't count. Let me tell you something. You have a big fullback and a small fullback. You will always take this big fullback. It's always been that way, you know. It's always size does count. That's an attribute. That's a God-given attribute, just like speed, like good looks, right, bud? It's always been. If you have it, your God-given talent, or give you some attributes that another person has. That's what you want to take advantage of. Like I know some people that have incredible hand grip strength. They can just squeeze it out. Like the guys like Santos, Apalato, they just squeeze the thing. But I don't have it. But if it fits in your realm, by all means, always use it. Okay, any questions now? This is sector 4, and usually there's an exchange of 2 hits. So I would not recommend doing it like that. Because usually what happens, this thing is so powerful, it's going to hit like that. You can do it. I've seen guys get hit and still do it. But the point I'm trying to say, it's best that you don't get hit. Or get hit lightly is the key in anything.
That's off the puño sombrado.
Yeah, this is off the puño sombrado, what it's saying. See, right about here, see? So that's your sector 4. You have good hand strength, push it out that way. If you don't, you put it this way. If you don't, put it this way. Or you can pull it and strip this way, or you can pull it out here. Or you go back to the full snake, because it goes round and robin. Okay, any questions? You're gonna see it, because once you learn it in one sector, you're gonna pretty much feel it. So that's right here. This is sector 4. Okay, any questions? You got it? Okay, let's try it up to there, sector 4. Okay. So when you go like this, and the same thing, you can go directly into this one here. If you're really sharp, when you do the cambiata, which is the cambiata solo, like that, and you pull it out like that, that's what you're doing. Okay? So you can do it on second motion. So this is underneath the hand like that. See, as this one's 4, this is 5. So usually you do it on the cambiata. See, you have one that way, and that's it. Just be careful on this thumb. I'll try to do it slow. See, like that. See the thumb up here? The thumb. There's a thumb break here. So what I usually do is sometimes go in this angle here, so that not the herb just go hit the head. Okay. All right. So when you come over here you have this one and you have this one. So if your hand is here, this is a good one. But if your hand is over here, you want to take it and pick it out like that. The simplest one. Then you have the same format. See the same format. You're underneath the arm. It doesn't go out here. It doesn't go out here. It doesn't go out here. So you have the pull and strip. Then you have this one. You have this one. You have this one, and you have this one. So it just goes around in a circle. So if one failure, so it's like boxing. You know, I jab, I cross, I just go down, I body hook, I overhead, I left elbow, I right knee, I left hook, I right round kick. You're never going to take the guy in one anyway. You know that. It's a combination. It's very seldom in even boxing or grappling, unless you're just so far superior to them that you're going to do it on the first movement. So the same thing in disarming. You know, it's not that it's going to work, but when we teach it, so you understand where the release is, we show it in one. But usually it's not. You might go like that, and you go like this, but his hand goes down. See, then you just keep on going like this, and go back to it like that. You have to find it, right? But in the beginning, you learn it under what we call ideal approach. Nothing is ideal approach. You know, nothing. Everything we learn in school. Think about that. You know, when we were going to school to become a teacher, which I was a teacher for 20 years, right? It never worked out the way I wanted to work out in the classroom. It never did. In the theory, it was so easy. Oh yeah, class will start. They never told you about the discipline problem when this guy's, taking this girl and teasing her and pulling her hair. The other guy taking his milk money and throwing it on this guy and taking the milk. They never cover that. That's you have to learn, because that's not school, because we know that it's not ideal. You have problems, and then you have to learn how to problem, because everything in life is problem solving. So just like, and they live happily ever after. It never happens happily ever after. You have to learn how to adjust to your mate, and she has to learn how to adjust to you. And this is just like that. You have to learn. That's probably not a good illustration.
No, not right.
Okay, but any questions up to here? Okay, so the thing is now is to learn how to adapt to it. But that's the first one. Like if you go like that, you're just taking it here. But it's under the arm. Or when you go like this, 1, 2, 3. See, you're under the arm. But usually the best one is to do it right in the face. But for training, just put it off to the side there. You do it. Okay. And if it doesn't come out, you kick. You use the left hand. You use the puño. You use the stick to induce the disarm. Okay, because most people, when they do this anyway, see, it's going to kick. It's going to hit right the leg anyway. So sometimes the leg will hurt more. Oh, just that, and stomp on that. So you can pick it out. There's many different variations going to influence the disarm. All right. Any questions? You got it? Okay. Let's try it up there. Okay.